Hello. Hold on.
Oh, look at it. She bought that. Period.
What's the craziest conspiracy theory you think about, but you wouldn't tell nobody?
Conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
You got one type there? Craziest conspiracy theory.
I can't.
Pizzagate. They all did that shit. They got the island. Yeah. Bill Gates. Goddamn. The first lady. Goddamn the Trump. Yeah. All of them. They
Try to
tapped in.
hit. Hey, Mike, what's your worst breakup story?
My worst breakup story? I caught him in bed cheating and I whooped that.
Oh man. That's sad.
Hey.
All right, next question. What's heavier, a pound of pillows or a pound of pennies?
A pound of pennies.
Pound of pennies. This is the last one.
He can't even say it. He's gonna dial.
I'm not gonna answer that question.
Yo, welcome to the New Normal Podcast. I want to tell everyone, thank y'all for tuning in. If you're watching, you see the title today. We're going to be talking about soulmates. This is a topic brought to you guys today by Holla. Holla want to talk about soulmates because she got a boo that she don't know she can really leave alone. He be hitting that spot, be pressing them buttons, more than one button. And so she be calling me to be her spiritual advisor at times and her relationship counselor. But it doesn't seem like it's paying off or working because she still deals with this guy because she says she like his smell, his aroma, the way he walk, the way he talks. She blushing.
Oh, we already talk about this one.
The way she walks, the way she talks. She's deeply and madly in love. She's having a serendipitous experience with this guy.
Very demure.
They go to the beach and they write love notes and put it in the bottle and throw it in the ocean. If it comes back, you're the love of my life.
Y'all some Disney type stuff.
Yeah, she says she's
I
mad.
can show you the world.
She's mad. She's madly in love, and we have a new face on the podcast as well. Michelle, go give them your socials if you want to tell them what you do, what you want to talk about, why you here, why you come today.
I just thought it was a good opportunity.
Oh, good opportunity.
To come work with them.
Oh, okay.
I was invited, so I turned it down.
We enjoy
I love that. Yeah, me and Michelle been in groups. I don't think I actually met you personally, but we've been in different groups and
we're very like-minded.
Just never met you in person. It's good to finally meet you. Just as beautiful online as you are in person. Nice person. We have Jeremiah here. He likes to be called Biscuit. But I ain't calling no grown man Biscuit, so I'm gonna call him.
Appreciate
it, Jeremiah.
Appreciate
but today we're talking about soulmates on a serious tip. The reason we're talking about soulmates today is because I feel like a lot of people are getting in situations where they can't let go. And what I mean by that is some people are stigmatized, some people are spiritually attached, some people have not had proper love, so they don't even know if it's a soulmate or a soul tie. They just love the attachment or the bond that they have built over the time. I'm going to say something that a lot of people may not agree with, but who gives a damn? It's my podcast. I'm going to say that time does not dictate the strength of your relationship. I'm going to say that again. Time does not dictate the strength of your relationship. So if you've been together 1 month to 10 years, that does not dictate how strong it is. And I think we've all been in situations where we meet somebody and instantly we feel like, damn, I know this person my whole life. Do y'all think y'all ever had that?
Of course.
How was that experience? When the last time you met a guy and you like, I met you in a past life or I've known you my whole life. How was that?
I think it was a beautiful experience because his spirit just felt so familiar. And when a spirit feels familiar, it's very, very different.
How do you know what when it feels familiar, what they feel like to you?
Like I know him. My spirit knows him. My spirit is connected to him. So being connected to him in a way that I can't explain, it's nothing but spiritual. It has to be spiritual at that point. Because if I've never known you, never met you, never seen you, but when I get around you, I feel like I've known you forever. It's all spiritual.
So you have butterflies.
A little bit.
A little bit. How do those relationships typically transpire for you? Do they end good? They stay a long time? Or it's like a whirlwind romance for like a month or two? Like what typically happens for you?
It just depends on who the person is and what they are coming with what their intentions are. If their intentions are pure, then you let them go.
So what do you need from a guy?
What do I need?
Yeah, what do you need from him? If he gives you that energy, what's the next step?
I guess to just fill them out. Take my time. And
yeah, you want a hot seat right now. You ask why you
I
asking?
know why am I on the hot seat?
Cause no, you're the new initiate.
Oh no, like we all
you
have
all
been a
got
taste
to
of
go
this.
through it.
So now you know, welcome to the club.
But I thought soulmate. I thought we were talking about her soulmate.
We gonna get to her. I already put her on the hot seat already.
Okay.
I didn't even. I just on the contrary, you know, push my Urkel glasses back. For my, you know, I didn't even know we was gonna be talking about, you know, the soulmate. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know that. So you know, I appreciate him just bringing that out because I was just like, oh, okay, he just going straight for the throat. Okay,
right.
Continue.
But yeah, Michelle.
Okay.
Let's get back to you.
Okay, this guy that I had that experience with, it was here recently this year.
This year, okay.
And
this year.
I haven't dated anybody in maybe like a year and a half because I was in a relationship.
Okay.
And after that relationship, it was just so, I feel like that relationship was traumatizing to me. So being in that traumatizing relationship, I wasn't rushing to anything else. So when I met that guy, I met him at work. And I was like, there's something about this guy. But I didn't know what it was. But every time I got around him, I was like, oh, his spirit just speaks to me.
Was it the spirit
good.
or was it
It was a
big
physical,
D energy?
No, because like I said, I've been alone and I wasn't giving myself to anybody.
But that don't mean because I hear women say I could tell when a nigga got a big Peter Whacker.
Oh yeah.
I've heard women say that. I don't know. I'm asking you.
I'm a little different.
Okay.
I feel like I'm a little different from most females.
And why you say that?
I can't really explain it. It's all in my action,
so
all in my interaction.
I respect you saying that so much because when I always tell people there's a rarity in me, they be like, "What makes you so rare and so different to other males?" I always say that, you know, be around me, judge me by my actions instead of me just telling you. I like that you just said that. That's very powerful. You saying that. Respect on that.
Well, this guy that I felt that I had this connection with, it feels good, but at the same time, I felt like he was married.
Ooh, what gave you he was married?
I'm curious on that one.
Because he would text me and call me during the day. And how do you feel about you make time for what you want?
Yeah, I agree.
You agree? Okay, well, he didn't agree with that. He was like, I'm busy and that's it. And that was it. Nothing else to it. So I'm like, you're married because what else is there after 5 o'clock?
So, okay. Question. This is from a male's perspective. Did he give you that energy? I'm asking, did y'all have sex?
No.
So y'all didn't have sex. How long was you and this guy talking?
We didn't talk long because just the slightest bit of me not feeling right, I can't do it.
Right.
If, you know, like I said, our spirits were, you could tell I've probably known him from a past life or something because it was just too familiar to me. The feeling was.
Yeah. But
I had never met this man before. But there was nothing else outside of the little dates we went on. We would go on a date. We would talk a little bit, but that was it. So it didn't last long. But I know our spirits were definitely intact a little bit, but it didn't go far. And it probably was because he's used to women throwing themselves at him. And I'm just over here like, I'm traumatized and I'm trying to heal.
Yeah. So
I can't rush into anything. But I definitely believe in multiple soulmates. So he probably was a soulmate. He probably still is a soulmate.
So you don't believe in just one soulmate? You think we can have multiple?
I know we have multiple.
I agree with that too.
I didn't. Okay. I never knew that. That's something that's kind of like new to hear. I always believed in the one soulmate.
So you believe there's just one?
It wasn't really
out of 7 billion motherfuckers on Earth. You believe there's one?
But you have to understand, like, not everybody you can have a connection with, and it's. I look at finding a soulmate a rarity. Like it's like a rarity. Like a person getting a color pigment in the skin, like a rarity disease. You know what I'm saying? I just look at that, like finding the love of your life, or that person that you straight up can just sit down and communicate with, and everything that the things that everybody's been talking about that lacks in relationship. Finding that person that you've been talking about in your head is a rarity. So yes, I believe that it was always like a one soulmate thing, because it's like, how can you find multiple? If that's the case, people wouldn't be hollering and screaming about how rare and hard it is to find that person.
Yeah, but I also feel like when we're talking about people, I think when there's so many people on the earth and in the world, you haven't experienced everything that comes with everybody. And I think our experiences shape us to find soulmates, right? So you might be in a new city, you might feel a new energy, you might be in a new mind state, you might have aged, you might have been through some traumatic, like she said. It might be something different in that moment in time to actually meet somebody that aligns to where you're going in the future. I also believe that we have soulmates for an extended period of time. I don't think some soulmates are for a lifetime. Some people are meant to be in our lives to be stepping stones, right? And so this person is here maybe 3 years to help me get through this, to mature, to be better for this person. And there's some people that are soulmates forever, no matter what you do. Even if y'all ain't in a relationship, it's like, oh, I ain't seen you in 2-3 years. We lost touch. But as soon as I get around this person, all the feelings, all the emotion, all the love, all the sexual energy, like everything that I had about you 3 years ago when I haven't seen you, has officially came back when I see instantly. Like, it's kind of like that breeze on your neck, kind of make your hair stand up. Y'all never had that?
Not yet.
Y'all never had that? Look, when we
Somebody scared the shit out of me, but other than that,
I'm gonna say this: like I'm a guy that, and I tell, when people talk about being different, like with women, I typically take my time. So whereas a lot of guys are trying to just smash a chick, I'm really trying to get to know you. Let's sit down. Let's have a conversation. Let me see what makes you tick. And then, like I said, I know this term is going around and motherfuckers and drove it in the ground, but I was saying this before people knew what it was. But I'm actually a saposexual. Like, I actually like intelligent women.
I agree.
And so women that aren't having the conversations that I need them to have, talk the way that I need them to talk. I always look for the silver lining in women. And I don't think a lot of guys do that. So when we have these conversations, and I was like, yeah, I've probably been in love probably about 3 or 4 times, where I think I've just been, I don't know, head over heels about these people. And those people, I have to, like, I'm married now, but I know those people have to be cut off to have a conducive marriage, because I don't know what happened and how that would affect what I got going on. You understand what I'm saying?
What you said literally proved my theory on, like, you saying that how, like, men do not, look for that. I agree with you, because you'll be surprised how so many women I have conversation with, I end up become very close with, because we have nothing but conversations about just life, and just conversations like this about finding soulmates in general and stuff. So when you sit down and talk to them about stuff like that, they get shocked, because they're used to the guys that's over here trying to get some and everything, trying to do like a one night stand. Because some of the time they got the question is, do you really care what's going on about me, or are you just trying to talk to me to really get in them draws? And I'm just like, nah.
That's how a lot of men nowadays are, though.
I mean,
I feel like they all just trying to get some coochie.
Yeah,
but you don't think? I'm gonna say this: I don't see nothing wrong with that. As a man, I don't see nothing wrong with that.
I agree with you.
I don't.
But at the same time, it's like those are like carnal experiences. Like, some people just think with a penis and vagina. That's how a lot of people end up in messed up situations.
Right.
In command. What's up, in command? But that's how people end up in messed up situations when we're talking about the experiences that we have with love. And I think when I think about like the red pill space, I think a lot of if y'all know the red pill community and stuff like that, this is where they lack in a lot of conversations, because even if you tell men that women ain't this, all that, a lot of men still want to have the family, the kids, the be in love and stuff like that. So I don't think a lot of men tell how to navigate those spaces. But when we talk about sex, I think most men view sex and love. Well, I think a lot of people view sex and love as being synonymous. What y'all think about that?
No.
Like if you hitting that button, you hitting it right, you think, hey, I love this nigga, or hey, this girl got some good coochie. Like,
I don't agree with that, to be honest. I don't feel like that should be the main thing when it comes to like, okay, I'm ready to settle down with this girl. Like, I feel like it should be more so like a soul to soul connection.
Yeah.
Like an emotional connection with each other before a physical connection.
Yeah.
I really feel like that's where it starts. And I really feel that's how a real like a soul tie really forms, more so like emotionally, you know, once you get to know each other's hearts first before anything else.
That's what I agree. I'm all about, like, I've told some of my guy friends about how, like, you know, to me personally, I just can't see how, like, you know, and if that's what she's about, okay, cool. But I've always like, why not get to know each other mentally, know each other? So, you know, everything that you guys know about each other, you know, because women are very, very good, you know, just like how they detective of catching you cheating or any type of shit that you're doing. I really feel like they're really, really good at listening too. You know, if you find that woman that's not, you know, over talking, you always trying to figure out if, you know, the world wraps around her, always me. If you have that person that's like, you know, two people are like actually understanding each other, I really feel like the sex can be even more better, because it's not just I don't know. I feel like just having sex with a girl, just clapping, or what they say, clapping in one night. What did you enjoy?
If that coochie,
nut off,
if that coochie good, then that's what I enjoy, because you got to understand, like, that's why I say I don't think it's bad. Because just to be, you know, blunt, I'm gonna speak for myself. I've had good.
Ooh, that boy can save his lips. That boy can save his lips.
I ain't trying to say myself. I don't want to speak for other people, but from conversations with a lot of people will say they've had great fuck buddies, and that sometimes that fuck buddy relationship is all I need in that moment. This person I call up, hey, come through, drop it off, or I'm coming through to drop it off. They do what they do. Our energy sexually is crazy. It's just like our energy. But I would never make you my wife, or, you know, you can't be my nigga. You know, you like to do X, Y, and Z and be out here with other chicks. But sexually, right here in this moment, in this time, we vibing out. And then sometimes you might sit there because y'all done had sex and all the sexual energy has flown out. Y'all sit there, y'all have your little pillow talk. And that's when y'all get a little closer because you had a little pillow talk in that moment. And then after that,
but it don't be no pillow talk. Like, I know how niggas do. Like they when they sit down,
I've pillow talk with one of my.
You probably have a different. You probably have a different. You know, hold on. Hear me out.
All right, go ahead.
You probably have a different way of pillow talk, but I've seen niggas spit game, and when they sit down with a girl, they could be sitting right there with each other, and you be hearing them. They be like, he be doing all this, like, and niggas dark ain't light skinned as fuck. They licking the fuck out of their lips, talking about something. So what you trying to do? Type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? And at this point, I know that women are they're way educated now. They know when a nigga trying to get in them draws. And if you think that you could just sit right here, don't sit right here and say that you have not had a nigga sit right here and be like, yeah, man, I think you the most beautiful girl that I ever seen, everything. Like, yeah, they said, sure. They hit you with this number one thing. They be like, so what you got going on tonight? You know, type, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, oh, you know, trying to get to
what is wrong with that? Because I'm telling you from a male's,
it's the same.
Mark said, I feel like it's not sex with your real mate. It's really making love because of the connection you have. But I'm gonna say this: right. I don't feel like there's nothing wrong with a man being a man in just a primal state. I'm trying to hunt, so I know, like, I got to say stuff to spark her interest, to you know, open her mind for me to get in the box, because I know once the mind go, the body go with it.
But how do you think the prey feel? The prey dead. It's killed.
I don't worry.
To the next one.
I don't worry about that. That's not my job. And see, that's the perspective I think most men have. Is I'm not worried about how she feels, because I know what I came to do.
I can't. Hold on. No, he's telling the truth. He's telling the truth. Okay. I get you on that, but that's what we're liking in the world right now, is that so many guys are too busy just like, hey, as long as I get my nut off, I'm straight. Fuck what she got going on. But not what they don't understand is that, bro, You either digging her so good to where she fell in love with you, or before y'all had this conversation about even trying to fuck, y'all probably actually did have a connection. Y'all actually probably did, like, or maybe him not have a connection with her, but she probably had a connection with him. She probably like how the way he probably talked. Most how people, everybody always be like, how can you be with someone? I like how the way he talk and everything. Maybe some when it's just a her and him situation, maybe there's more things he's willing to talk more about. And then women will fall in love with type shit like that. So when they give it to them and they end up, going on to that shit can crush them. That's the part that gets me fucked up.
I'm gonna say this, and this goes back to just a natural responsibility shit, right?
I feel like you was a dog in high school.
Oh,
boy.
I was the truth. Like,
I know you was, but you was slinging and winging that motherfucker.
I was back at
the
school,
club.
I was the truth. Like, but I'm gonna say this: when my mother told me, and the women that I still grew up around older generation women. So like my mama, damn near 70, right? So when I'm around these type of women, those women used to say, women control sex. So my mom used to say, I know how not to get pregnant. And that's why, like, older women, we had like conversations about women's rights. My mama think is always funny because she said women's right don't start when you want to go get your baby sucked out your cooch. It's before you lay in the bed.
Oh shit!
So that and older generations before they even had abortions and stuff, they knew how not to get pregnant.
True.
And so, like, when we had these conversations about like those things, women, my mama told me women control sex. And then I started doing my research out here when she's telling me this at 10, 11, 12, when I'm starting to get more attention from females, when I'm going through puberty and stuff like that. And I'm talking to females, and it's like, yeah, I like you. You know why I'm here. You know what I'm trying to do. And I got to wait on her consent because I've already consented with my approach. A lot of people don't understand what. And it's crazy that we having this conversation with older, grown motherfuckers, especially women. When the man approaches you, he's already consented. I ain't come here because I think you small. I know your credit score. I came here because you look good. I seen the way that ass look in them pants, or I see you on social media. We flirt. I already went through your pictures. Your body might still be a little tight. Like, I see what you got going on. I know you from a sexual standpoint. That's it. That's why I'm here.
But
now, if your cooch, hold on, I'm just saying this is how most men go.
I got you.
Now, if that coochie good, that's gonna keep me around. Then after that, let's see what you talk about. But see, me, I said at this age, I could never just go and just be hitting a chick because I'm just trying to get my rocks off. I got to talk to you, but I'm also vetted enough to see how I could look at a woman, how she walk and how she talk, and I could be like, oh, that ain't what I want. I could look at how she dressed. I could look at a whole bunch of stuff about a woman before I have a conversation. So I ain't even got to sit there and waste my time talking to a woman to see if I'm a smash or not. I get to, you know what I'm saying? Like, like, I'm 35 years old. It's pretty much ain't too much more out there I need to experience with a woman. You get what I'm saying?
Okay, so now I'm curious. Question now.
Go ahead.
Earlier you were saying on a spiritual and I would say spiritual and emotional level, right?
And look, let me say this. I'm sorry.
But
the whole time y'all were talking, I'm just thinking in my mind with men, it's just all physical. And I don't know how y'all feel about the Bible, but I speak from like a spiritual standpoint, not religious. The Bible says, don't be of the world. Don't be led by your flesh. And when you're led by your flesh, the flesh is of the devil and it's of the world, and nothing of the world is for you. So if you don't feel those butterflies, because that's your spirit speaking to you, that's your second brain, your gut telling you what's what. And if y'all just want to hunch, if you're just trying to hunch and get some coochie, then it's just you just standing from a fleshly standpoint.
Thank you.
I agree.
I agree with that. That thank you.
Okay.
I agree with that. Now my next question was I was gonna ask you how he was saying that if the coochie ain't good, then he ain't staying, which is 80%. I would say true.
Men and women.
Okay, I was just gonna say with women too, but that goes because this is what really has me thinking too. You said that you connect on a spiritual level, right? If you connect with this man on a spiritual level and he took your heart soulfully and spiritually, would it matter in bed he liked it? Oh, I knew that was a good question. You helped me out with that question. That's what made me think about it, because as soon as he said that, I was like, okay, I feel your energy. I'm an empath. I feel your energy. And when I believe you when you said on the spiritual level. So this is really gonna help me read you when it come down to what he said is gonna really confirm it. I just need to hear it from your point of view now.
It's hard.
Cause let's
hold on. I want to hear. I want to hear her. Let me hear it.
Go
Not to
ahead,
cut
go
you off.
ahead.
I want to hear it. Honestly, tell me the truth.
You want it to be good.
Okay. But you, like you said.
Let her finish. Let her be. Let her think.
You want it to be good. But I feel that if he takes care of me, because I'm a mom, and it's hard out here for single mothers. Because a lot of men don't want. I've seen where he has said something about single mothers and children, and a lot of men don't want to deal with a single mom. Not saying that I want to like settle, because I definitely want good D, right? However, if he takes care of me in other areas, I probably could let it.
But see, I think that's where a lot of cheating comes in, because a lot of women be like, okay, he does everything, but the D ain't good, and that's why we see a lot of cheating on women on the woman's perspective.
I respect your honesty, because that I'm with you now. I get. It's not a bad shoe, but thank you for that, because now that gets me, because I'd be like, why is it so hard, or why, what causes, what I'm saying, is it that hard? And now you meet all these good, I love, not targeting, but like they be like, I love the Lord, and I'm just, this man is my, husband, and I'm, I'll always be on. I'm like, but if he ain't giving you good sex, no matter how spiritual you is, and no matter how religious you is, are you gonna be with him, or are you gonna mess up, or you gonna cheat? That made me think, what I'm saying. But thank you for your honesty.
It's hard though, what I'm saying. It's definitely hard to say. I'm not okay. I wouldn't cheat. But
if you haven't had it, I'm sorry, not to be too. But
don't
be honest.
Like
hold on, because there's a reason why he did it, because you have to be like this. I know what it's like. You said you've been. How long you been single?
Like a year and a half.
Are you not in a relationship right now?
No.
Okay, a year and a half. Not trying to put your business out there, keep it to yourself, but that shit hard when you don't have no dick, right?
No, it actually isn't.
Okay, that's good. Can you go for another year without dick?
Yes.
Can you go for another year without dick?
I probably could.
Okay, can you go for 4 years without dick?
I probably could.
5 years?
Probably could.
6 years?
Look,
no, they can't. No, they can't.
That's why she should have stopped at 2 years, because I don't think that's possible. 6 years without.
It's definitely possible. It's definitely possible.
Lulu, it's possible.
Don't even. There's something.
Okay.
There's something.
Miss Soulmate over there. Okay.
There's something called a dildo.
Well, you ain't going without sex then.
Huh?
You're not going without sex then.
I mean,
It's self pleasure, but to me,
but that's not a man though.
It's not a man,
but
you
got a sculpture. You have a sculpture of a man that you using to pleasure yourself. If that's the case, just use your finger or a cucumber. You see what I'm saying?
Maybe.
But 6 years is possible. 6 years is possible.
Look,
I'm not saying it's not, but I'm saying with our generation, I would say it's not possible.
I'm gonna say this. Hold on, let me say this real. When you open Pandora's box, I think it's easier for a woman to go a long time without sex when she's not had sex than when she's had sex, especially good sex, because those late night, because you got hormones, like you can't, like
that's what I was saying.
Your hormones,
it would be hard.
Yeah, your hormones are natural at the point, but like I said, when you open up Pandora's box and you now you having flashbacks and you on a lonely night. We talking about soulmate, but let's talk about the soul tie aspect. The nigga that got the soul tie, the one that was knocking the Mario coins out the pussy, that nigga you probably want to hit him up and like, hey nigga, like, I need you come through with the whoop, and you know what time it is. And some men hang their hats on knowing that I don't have to be in a relationship with this woman because I give good enough D that I can be attached to this woman forever.
That is true.
Yeah, some men know, like I don't have to be in a relationship with you because I know like, and then like I said, with men, we always are in competition with other men. And I think women don't like to admit the competition with other women, but men, we understand competition. You understand it with football, sports, and stuff like that growing up. So I know where, as a man, I measure up. I know about how much typically a man makes in money. I didn't research the average dick size. I know the average height of a man. I know the average weight of a man. I know the average build of a man. So I already know as a man where I measure up against other men, right? So if you pretty much fall in a bracket that puts you above average in most of those categories, you kind of like, okay. Now don't add like the the intangibles that you can't just measure, like the gift of gab, or you got nice swag, or you could dress well, or you smell good, like you understand those aspects. You understand the pressure points on the woman and touching her, and you know those type of things. When you add those intangibles on top of you being above average as a dude, where you measure up, it kind of be hard for you to be like, yeah, I'm just gonna be by you and only you for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Crazy. Did that make sense though?
It's hard for a man.
Yeah, that's hard. That'd be hard for a man.
That's why I'm okay.
That's
with being
men,
single.
though. I
Wait,
mean,
you
I
you
know.
wait.
That's
So
why
For
I'm
women,
still
it's
being-
different.
So you saying for a man it would be all that? You just saying
If I had all that, it would kind of it'd be hard for a man, yeah. Unless you just wanted like that family and be
yeah,
tied
I'm with you.
down.
I'm right there.
But other than that, because women always we always had these conversations about cheating, and it's been proven that women cheat more than men. So that's that. But it's been proven women cheat way more than men.
No way.
If you even look at
before you start this, you ready for this?
Look, I literally just told somebody yesterday. I
You
was
ready for this?
thinking, look, I was walking through somewhere and I was thinking just randomly. I said, do women really cheat? I just cannot believe women cheat.
Look, and the reason I'm gonna say that I've been a person that had somebody cheat on me before.
Okay.
And lie about the baby before.
Wow.
Cardi B did the same thing. Just saying.
So and lied and said they had my baby, but it was another nigga baby.
Okay,
Ooh.
that's
Oh,
trifling.
I did not know you had that
That's
happen.
very trifling.
But
That's wild.
that happens more so than not. And when you look at like laws in Tennessee had to pass a law saying that we got to DNA test men because it is so bad that 33. Just think about this: 33% plus of the men in question to be put on child support are not the father. Those are the men that's in question. Like, hey, nigga, you got me pregnant, gonna put you. But what about the men that just are married or in the situation where they say, oh, this is my baby, whoop the whoop, and it could not be your baby? So we talking about upwards, probably of 50-60% of men who are in relationships or in the world thinking that a baby is theirs and it's not. So just that alone, like we have proof, like I can prove that this baby ain't yours, but I've been smashing you the last 5 years, but the baby ain't mine. So you feel what I'm saying? I could prove that. Like with a man, the only way you could really prove it if you catch him in the act, or a chick say, hey, we've been smashing, he agreed to it. But with a baby, I got scientific proof that you are out here cheating on me. Right. So when we had these conversations about who cheat more, like we could tell. That's why they had the age-old saying, mama's baby, dad is maybe. That ain't just come from nowhere.
Nah, I see where that saying come from. Hearing that.
You know, like it's an age-old adage, but like I said, we always get to this point in cheating. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all some real stuff. I personally will say this, and this ain't no fluff because I'm a married man. I think I married the right person. But if let's say I married a woman that was giving me 60%, or I dating a woman that was giving me 60%, I probably would marry her because she's giving me 60% if I was dating and I wanted to be married, and still cheat to get the other 40.
That's a man for you, though.
Right.
Women do it all the time.
There's just never enough.
I feel like it goes both ways.
Yeah, because you got to think about the housewives the housewives that fuck the mailman or the pool boy. Like these are whole things that they talk about where women are taken care of, just like you said, taken care of. And now they out here smashing the pool boy, the mailman. They meet a dude at the grocery store.
Don't look at me.
You ever smashed the pool boy?
I have not. I don't think I've ever been
But I'm just saying, like these are things that happen.
Mailman, Amazon driver, and
Or they ain't been the housewives either though.
Yeah,
so where they sitting up and they didn't turned on, they didn't went to Pornhub on their computer. A man been at work to provide that type of lifestyle, been gone 3-4 days at a time.
Look, I'm too busy with kids to be cheating.
He got kids too.
I'm too busy with kids to be stepping out on a man.
Yeah.
Seriously. I have a daughter and a son. So I feel that I have to be an example to them.
I respect you saying that.
Let me ask you a question. How long you think it take to cheat?
Sure.
Okay.
No time.
Damn. Like you heard that right? She said as fast as cocking the gun.
So when you talking about that, if you like a dude, you see him, you could literally just be like, oh, okay, nigga, I'm finna pull up to work. bend me over in the car, smash your ear 5 minutes, and then
This ain't that.
I'm not saying you.
Oh, okay. Just
And the reason I'm saying this, that's either from experience because I've been there where she's like, okay, I ain't got, and I ain't saying that I knew that they had to do it or something, but you could tell by how she moved.
Yeah.
You got some other stuff going on in your life, and I'm never gonna take you serious, but okay, yeah, I got a little time, pull up on me at work or I'm on my lunch break, and you got that 30 minutes, you smashing real quick, and she probably gonna go home and like nothing ever happened. And I've been in situations where I've been talking to other chicks, been at work, hey, am I breaking 30 minutes, pull up on me with the whoop, pull up on me, do a thing, and deal. Now and then go home to another chick or finna meet another chick later on that night. And sometimes you finna get the same dirty Peter Wackle, the same dirty. But we say that, but women are physical too, though.
It's all, but okay, just at me speaking as an individual, it's all physical at that point. But where are you going with that? What growth comes with that?
No, I can agree to from this aspect of it. I don't think I've ever had anything conducive other than busting really good nuts come from sex. and maybe my children. That's it. Like that's probably the only thing is really good sex and my kids. But other than that, I don't have anything else to really show for having
a stronger bond.
Sex. It depends on what you're looking for.
A stronger bond outside of the sex.
But how do you get that? Like if we building on sex. Sex good. So where you go from?
I don't think anything can be built on sex.
Quick.
I do.
Quick pause.
I agree with you.
Quick.
You agree with what?
With what she said.
Well, then if she just said that the sex ain't good, she gonna marry, she gonna be with the dude. But then it's like,
But that's why I said
but it's not all
built
about
on
that,
sex.
though.
It's built on him providing, being a protector, being the man. The sex ain't good. The sex isn't very fulfilling, but I'm fulfilled in other areas.
Do you know? So I'm gonna ask y'all this because y'all women love to get in here and cap because y'all capping like a fool right now. So how big? So how big is sex in a relationship?
Sex is.
If you gave it, you got 100%. What percentage you will put on sex? Holla, you go. What percent? If you had 100% in your relationship, how much would sex?
Wait, before we even get to this, hold your answer. Y'all, I see y'all on the TikTok doing like scrolls and scrolls and scrolls. Give a big shout out to my boy on the new podcast, the new normal podcast. Sorry about that stuttering. Go ahead and give them a shout out. Let them know where they need to go.
Hey, y'all come over here on YouTube. We on YouTube. We on Facebook, Instagram. But right now we live over here on X, YouTube, and Facebook, the new normal podcast. So y'all can comment and I can put y'all comments on the screen
now.
So y'all come over here now. Y'all come over here on YouTube right now.
I see y'all. Jump on now. Leave comments. All right, do it. What you gotta say?
I'll get like 40%.
40%.
That is
hold on. She bullshitting. You lying. Say it again.
What do you mean?
Don't say 40%. Don't lie right now.
I would say 40%.
Why do you think she?
That's
lying?
the honest truth.
Yeah.
You gonna say 40%?
I just say 40% because
you think it's higher or lower?
Do I think it's
I'm
higher?
asking Jeremiah.
I say it's at 60%.
More than half.
Yeah, I say it's at 60%.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Michelle, what you say?
I say
I'll probably say about. I agree with her.
40. Okay, hold on. Before anybody go, put in the comment section if you watching. Do you think 40% of a relationship is a big number or a small number?
I honestly think it's a big number. Really.
Okay.
I say it's a big number because of my experience, my conversation with my girl best friends, what I've heard them say, and then that I'm just saying it backs them up because I've heard them say like, oh, if he don't got this, he needs to have this, he got to be this, he got to have that. That's why I'm just like, it has to be 60%.
Yeah.
Because if he don't got, yes, I'm serious. Maybe not with the old generation, I don't know, but with our generation, hell yes.
I just look at it as, okay, so you say at 60, that's over half of what your relationship is built on.
Exactly. Look how many of my generation has so many kids at such a young age.
But
they have more sex than trying to get to know each other. And look how many of them. Look how do the research. Look how many of them are not even get divorced before they even be married at a certain length and get divorced before they even reach a year.
But just because it's going on, what makes it right? Right. That's the thing. We have to start breaking
the cycle.
The cycle.
I get you, but that. Hey, You could drag a horse to the water, but you can't make it drink.
But you have to leave the butt out.
Mark said 40% is small. Hold on. Hold on. Let me clarify. Mark, you saying 40% is small, or they lying about they 40% you think is more? Because if you're talking about 40% is a small number in a relationship, I'm gonna put this in perspective. If y'all got in a car and the motherfucker crashed 40% of the time, would you get in the car?
Good point.
If the brakes, if an airplane crashed 40% of the time, would you get in the airplane?
That's why I say 40 is a big number.
Huge. So would you want to get in a relationship if 40% of the relationship, the sex ain't good? If you wouldn't get in the car because the motherfucker crashed 40% of the time.
That nigga right. Thank you.
Okay, so you wouldn't even want to get in a relationship with the 40 of the sex. So that's what I'm saying. So we gotta, and we can talk about connection, but sex
Okay,
bills.
if his sex isn't
standing
good,
on my
he has
40.
to
You can stand on your 40, but that's why I called it bullshit, because you have to look at the facts. Thank you for using that, because at the end of the day, that's why I kept it at 60. I ain't go no higher, because like I said, he knows this. We had this, roll it back. We had this on many podcasts. I grew up with females. I have girl best friends. I have my grandmother, I have my mom, and I have my girl best friends. I grew up with the majority of them, and I understood it. I might not understand y'all physically, but I understand y'all spiritually, mentally, and soulfully. Trust me. That's why I said it's 60%. 40% is bullshit.
Okay, but what about the emotional part?
Yeah.
We ain't even
talking about the emotional part.
We don't even get to the emotional part if the sex ain't good. I don't think you truly love
if the sex isn't good.
Yeah, I don't think y'all truly love men if the sex not good. I truly don't believe it. If the sex is horrible, I don't think y'all can fully commit. Like, just think about you getting to an argument with a nigga whose sex ain't good. Oh, yeah, you already know you finna
already piss you off.
Hold on. They actually have memes. Y'all understand me? Yeah. Hey, nigga, lower your voice. Your D ain't big enough to even be talking to me like this. Like, y'all, we see memes. If a nigga don't give you no good, ain't breaking you off and showing you he dominant and conquering you like a man, like part of that relationship. And this, most people don't understand this. A man has to conquer you sexually for you to acquiesce to a lot of stuff that goes on. That's why, hey, nigga, choke me. That's why I slap my ass. That's why it's so aggressive. Like some stuff when you really open up to it, dude, it's very aggressive. It's very primitive. It ain't about no spiritual connection. It's about nigga dominate me.
And I hate to say this, but this is some real shit. And honestly, I don't know if he was. I honestly help me out. I don't know if he was in the wrong or the right. I'm not gonna say his name. Keep it on the privacy level. But we have talked about this. He is right now on a debation right now. He is with a side girl, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, he's with somebody in a relationship. And he said that with the girl that he's, you know, having, you know, fuck girl, you know, that he's fucking with and everything, you know, she can do things that, you know, his girl can't do. AKA, like he finally been with a girl that was able to squirt on him. And he's never experienced that. He's always wanted that to happen. But his girl can't do it. He's always wanted a girl to do certain things with giving a blowjob and everything, and she was able to do it, but his girl that he's with doesn't really like doing it and everything. When she does, it's like he said, it's like her lip is dry. So it's like,
oh Lord.
And he said the whole reason why he doesn't want to stop doing it is because of the fact that this girl is really good, dominant with the sex, while this girl is really good keeping me, like, you know, keeping conversations, keeping the relationship, aka, you know, the spiritual uplifting part about it. But she lacks on the sex part about it to keep me with her. And I'm like, damn. And he's like, help me. What do I do? And I'm like,
he just completed his woman. That's all he did. He completed his woman. Like, the other girl that ain't giving him the good sex, she probably present a certain type of way. She looks a certain type of way. He probably can go out with. He feel confident with her. She good around his probably good mother, probably good around his family. Like, she presents a certain type of way that his side chick probably cannot present in the way that he likes that his wife or his main chick does. All he did was just complete his woman, because now sexually I'm completed, and out in the public, my legacy, who I show, I'm a completed man. And I think a lot of people be trying to complete their partners with side pieces and side dudes, but a lot of people don't want to admit that, because they're like, hey, I've never had a 60% motherfucker. Some people gonna go a whole lifetime and never get a person that's a 60% partner for them. Just think about that.
All right, guys, what I will say on this is that, hey, if you're in the situation that I just talked about, what I will say after just hearing all this is that only thing I can say is sit down and communicate with her. if there's something that you're lacking on, and there's something that you feel like, or speaking on girls or guys, but girls' perspective, there's something that he's lacking on and he's not doing right. Please communicate with him, because at the end of the day, if it gets to that point where you feel like you got to get you a another person that could fulfill that, and you still can be on the side doing that, I just feel like that's just going to be hurting the other person. So just communication is key. Be open with each other, because having that going on, it ain't gonna get you far in life on that.
So we was talking about Big Sean and Janae earlier. We got started, right? So Janae wants to get married. Big Sean said they got work. And I told Michelle, I said, maybe Janae doesn't have the tools in her toolbox to make him cross that line.
I say that's a lie.
How old is she?
They probably
Janae's probably like 20, like I say 29 or 30. I say she's right there. 30. I say she's right there 30 or 31. I don't think she's.
Janae might be about 35.
Really?
To
she looks so damn young though. She been taking good care of herself. But I say that bullshit. You be hearing her way she be talking about her pussy power on her songs.
She 36.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See, that's what I was.
She looks so damn young. That's why she would have got away with being 27 or so.
She's 36, right?
Ain't no
so
way
that means her and Big Sean got together when she's like 28.
Yeah, ain't no way in the hell.
Oh, she born same year I was born. She just born in March. But I think they said they've been together 8 years, right? So that means when they got together, she was 28. 28 should have given her enough life experiences to be in a relationship, right? Then you go another 8 years with the same person, to where now he's still telling the public that we need to work on some things. That's kind of like a slap in the face, one, but at the same time, it's like, hey, you putting all this pressure on me because you putting it out there in public too. So since you want to bring it to public and, tell me that I need to do something, well, baby, it's some things that you don't do that I need you to do. You don't make me feel secure as a man. And I always talk about this. A lot of guys are looking for that. It's something. I think a lot of people may go through this. It's like, I like the nigga or I like the girl, but it's just something I just don't know. I can't put my finger on it that doesn't make me feel secure. We'll date a person because they haven't shown that little thing that I'm looking for, or haven't solidified the thing and say, I'm gonna make you my wife, or I want to make you my wife, or I want to be your wife. Or we just date them until it comes and be like, oh, there it is. Now I got to leave. And now you just spent 10 years waiting on this little bitty thing that you don't know what's going on. You don't know how to put your finger on it, but you'll date somebody 10 years just to say, there it is. That's why I don't want to be with you. Instead of just year one.
That's too much time wasted.
But
I agree.
But let me ask you, let me ask you this, because you're a married man. Do you believe that, there's this thing, do you believe that what it's saying out here, that do you believe that marriage fixes everything?
Marriage fixes it.
Yeah, no, marriage fixes any problems that you have that you got going on in your relationship. Do you feel like when people get married, like, some women believe that, we just need to get married, we need to get married under God, because they say, getting married under God, it fixes everything. They say that,
because now you're on the covenant and God,
you know what I'm saying? And they say that, they'll say, it's the right thing to do, you know what I'm saying, before moving forth on anything.
No.
Absolutely. Explain that.
Not. Why it's not?
Yeah, I just want to know. Just explain.
I don't think it fixes anything, because I feel like when you get married, and he may be able to attest to that you find out more things that you might not like about somebody.
So do you not to cut you off, but do you agree that do you think that when you have so many people that's been in a relationship for so long and everything, and you ask those guys, you like, why haven't you made this decision on marrying that person? And they tell you, I wanted to take my time to get to know and really soak in who this person is before, not so-called making a mistake or not having to take a step back and everything. I kind of can understand the guy part, but also I'm also thinking to myself, is that guy in the wrong also too? For having that person wait that long, or because we live in a world now where our generations are only getting married because of based off of people around and be like, man, you've been with her this long, y'all need to get married, And it's like, okay, why did y'all get married? Well, I got married because everybody was just all like, hey, we need to get married. And it's just like, hey, it's better now, time and ever. So you got married based off of other people said, not based off of if you was ready.
Well, that's the problem. It's not between you two at that point. You start letting everybody else in.
Exactly.
And your marriage is between you two and the Most High. It's the Most High, the man and woman. And marriage does not fix anything because we're always changing. As humans, we're always growing. And you may go down. You may get worse than get better. And you stuck in a marriage with somebody that's getting worse rather than getting better. And I want to be getting better before we get married.
Yeah.
I want to see some progression before we get married. I want to know your plans, your goals, your aspirations. What are your intentions for me?
Mm-hmm.
Where are we going to be in 10 years?
I want to say that is a question.
What?
That women don't ask me, and they are scared to ask. And I'm going to tell you what it is. What is your intentions for me? Women don't ask that question.
Oh, okay, yeah, right.
And the reason that I say that a lot of women don't ask, so I've been asked this question a lot. This one right here. Do you ever want to get married? And I say, yeah, I can see myself getting married. But it's never, do you ever see yourself marrying me? Those questions are two totally different questions. And women, I've had that question asked, and I was hoping, like, it's been women that I was hoping that this person was brave enough to go to the extra step to say, well, do you see yourself getting married? And I respond, yes, I see myself getting married. And then they say, well, do you see yourself marrying me? Because we've been dating a few years now, and I want to marry you. Would you want to marry me? And then I could answer that question and be like, I never thought about it. But a lot of people go in relationships so laissez-faire or so cavalier to just, I say to just fucking and feeding each other. That's really what it is.
Physical.
It's just physical. And I don't think nobody knows how to go deeper with a person. And then I think sometimes we look for something to be deeper than what it is when it could just be something simple. Hey, I like you. You like me. We look together. We go good on paper. These are the rules that I want you to follow. These are the rules you cannot break. These are the rules. And both people just sit down, write it down, what you can and cannot do, what I can accept, what I can't accept, and then you go from there. It could be just that simple. It got to be deeply spiritual. And I think people can get married under those pretenses where it just looks good on paper. She's fine. He's a nice looking guy. The sex is okay. Like I said, we could build a great life together. But because I believe some people get together for finances.
Yeah, it's a business.
You see,
not all the time.
No, I say it's a business. You look in the look in the Latino community.
I don't think it's a business.
When they get
all
married,
the time.
When they get married, because I'm in a Latino family now. Trust me, like I seeing a lot of couples get together, and then when they get them papers and everything like that, I'd be like, what happened to such and such? Oh, they that was just so she can get her papers. Oh, that was just so he can get his papers.
Well, those are different pretenses than we're talking about right now. We're just talking about on the strength of just being in love or just marrying it because it looks good on paper.
I feel that marriage is a business.
I don't feel like that 100%, but I feel like partially. I think some people get married strictly for the business.
I think it's a business because you're raising a family. Like you bring kids in, money is involved.
And it ain't easy,
finance.
It is a hustle.
It's everything involved in a marriage.
I see what she's saying.
So you have to, and it's a partnership. Your marriage is a partnership, and when you partner with somebody, you got to execute. You got to come up with plans and execute.
And then when one is kind of like, trips up, you got to find a way to kind of like, find loopholes to kind of like, fill in their side while they're down and while they can got to rest up and get back up. So that is okay.
It always goes hand in hand. It's always a two-way street. It's always forever helping each other, always forever leaning on each other. And if you can't lean on each other, you can't support each other, what's your point of being there?
Well, I'm going to ask Holla this question. What is too long to date somebody? What's the longest you've dated? What's the longest you'll give a dude right now? If you was dating, what's the longest you think I'm gonna be your girlfriend? And after this time, you haven't made any plans to marry me. I'm moving on. What would that be for you?
I don't know, to be honest. I feel like to an extent I would put a time on it, like a time frame on it, but it just depends on his actions as well. Like, is he actually putting forward effort to trying to be with me, or is he just there because, he just...
You're so silly. Come on.
Not bad.
I don't know why he looked
react-
at me.
Nah, she reacting.
Or he just there because he like everything that I'm putting on the table, or bring everything that I bring to the table, but he really just don't want me for real like that. So I mean, it just depends. I feel like.
Do you think if you will provide enough for him to stay, do you think a lot of men won't leave because they don't want other men to get what you providing them?
100%.
Well, if y'all think men do that, well, why y'all don't leave if y'all know men are scared?
I don't know. I feel like
Good question.
yeah, there's a good question.
Because if you know you got the leverage now, you know he likes something about you, that'd be even more reason to leave, because now he done showed you that you have some value. You just may not understand that value yet. You might need to leave.
That's why you have to be alone.
Think so?
Yeah, you have to be alone. In
Being alone gives you time. I'm telling
it
you.
gives you time to learn yourself. You put a value on yourself. You know your worth.
You soak.
And you really don't. You get to a point where you don't need validation from
Nobody.
Mm-hmm.
And when you know who you are, and that person comes, I feel like when you know who you are, you will attract people who know who they are, and then that's when y'all can harmonize together and align. Because if you are spiritually inclined and you meet somebody that doesn't know anything about themselves, it's not gonna work. You have to know somebody that's like tapped in with themselves to be able to tap in with you. Because it's like, how can you love me if you don't love yourself? And you have to love yourself. You know, you have to take that time to love yourself.
I'm gonna say this. I posted this the other day on Facebook. I said, if you got bad pussy management, I can
I've never heard that.
if you got bad pussy management, I can only imagine what you'll do to my heart.
Ooh.
And a lot of people don't understand, if you are a person that move with your body in a crazy way, there's no way in hell you could be good to me.
Ain't no way, because you don't respect yourself.
Right.
So if you don't respect yourself, how do I expect you to respect me?
I agree. And that's the thing. Even when we're talking about, like, people be talking about, oh yeah, I went through a whole phase. I would never date you.
Yo.
Because what they say, your past is the best predictor of the future.
Did I just read that from you?
Yeah, I just posted that.
Okay.
Yeah, your past is the best predictor of the future.
It was because you said judge a baby mama off of her baby daddy.
Yeah.
No. I wanted to comment on
Oh my
that.
God, you've been wanting to disagree with him about that.
We're gonna let her be on it. Why shouldn't men judge women off their baby daddy?
I don't want to put all my business out there. But
Okay.
if anybody judged me off of my children's dad, then I would not be anybody that anybody would deal with. Because I was a kid when I met him. I was 18. The person I was when I met him, I am not that person now at 33 years old. Like, I won't say I had a whole phase. I didn't go through a whole phase. I didn't, like I said, I'm different. But please don't judge me based off my baby dad.
Can I tell you something? Tell me what you think about this. You know, we let people 18 years old go to war and kill people, right?
I was a kid at 18.
But listen to what I just said.
Okay.
At 18, we let people go to war,
Okay.
hold guns, and kill other people.
Okay. Your point.
My point is, you can say 18 is a kid, but in some people's eyes, 18 is not a
grown
kid.
ass.
You're a grown ass woman.
That's my mom always said. You 18, you grown, you're on your own.
We are operating under a system.
Here we go.
Now it's the system now. It's the system. Let me hear about the system.
Here we go with that.
We are operating we're operating under a system.
Okay.
And this system is not created for us. So they're gonna send people out to 18, because you may agree with this. Population control. Let's send these people out. Most of them might not come back. They may come back, but they won't.
But you know what? I agree with that for something else, population control, but in the sense of relationships.
Okay, but also
Go ahead.
Also, we're talking about 18 not being mature. Were you mature at 18? Were you mature at 18?
I was.
So why you breathe like that?
18,
But hold on, hold on.
I'm sorry.
This is what I'm finna
Do you
say.
have kids?
No, I lost one.
Okay. Were you in a relationship at 18?
Yes. 2 years.
How long? 2 years. What happened?
She was doing perks and Zans and stuff. And because of my family's like his, because I was adopted, I didn't want to be with someone and fall in love with someone yet again to like, see them destroy themselves. So I had to cut it off. And then I moved over here.
Okay, you may be a little bit more. You were probably
Okay, so
mature
this
at
is
18.
what I'm gonna say. As far as relationships go,
Mhm.
maybe in our time, maybe mentally, I'm gonna say this mentally, maybe you one of those because they are an adult because they talk about brain development all the way up to the age of 32, be having mature brain, right?
Okay.
But past times, motherfuckers want to live into our age.
Right.
So when we talking about just in history, the vast majority of history, people's having babies and being in like whole marriages at like 12.
12, right.
And hold on, those with that lifestyle was you already raising your daughters up to take care of them, to cook, clean, to manage the household and stuff like that, even though we don't teach our daughters to do stuff like that. Now they just on social media twerking and shit.
Exactly. We are living in a whole new society. Things have changed. I would love for my daughter to not be married at 12, but for her to be learning to cook and clean and learn life lessons and be able to, sustain on her own. But at 18, do I want her in a relationship? Now, if she gets into a relationship at 18 and it's serious and it's going good, I'm going to support her. But do I really honestly want her wasting her life when it could possibly end? I want her to like focus on herself because at 18 years old, had I known what I know now, I would have been taking that time to really get to know me and put a value in my worth, like getting to know my worth, rather than putting my time into a man.
So let me ask you this question. If I was dating you,
Okay.
right, and you came to me and you said, don't judge me by my baby's father.
Okay.
And who I was at 18. How would you sell me that to date you? How do you put that? Because I'm gonna say this. Well, when I was 18, I didn't have a kid.
I didn't have a kid at 18.
I'm just saying, just go with the 18. We just stay there.
It would be my actions. It would be how I carry myself. It wouldn't be.
So I would have to actually wait and date you to see if you are.
You definitely but that's with anybody. That's with a single mom or a single person, no children, with children.
Not,
I disagree. I said that's why you become friends first. That's I always say I don't even
become
friends.
I don't even think
he might disagree, but I say become friends. Cause I said once you become friends, you given all that time to get to, so that way when people be like, girl, how come you never seen this? Or dude, how come you never seen that? Well, I ain't never seen that until we got into a relationship. I mean, that's
I saw a lot of red flags, and it was just me being 18. And like I said, my mind, I knew I had always been like a chosen one.
So at 18, you didn't know how you were supposed to be treated.
And I was getting to that. I was gonna get to that. I learned at the age of 29 that my interaction with men were off. I met a man. I was 29. He was 43. And we were conversing, and he said, "You didn't have your dad growing up, did you?" And I said, "No." And he said, "I can tell by how you interact with me." And that's when I started looking at myself like, you know what? I didn't see a structure. I didn't see structure, man and woman. And I totally believe in man and woman. So believing in that and not having my dad around to see how my mom was supposed to be treated, or seeing that my mom was in relationships, but she was always like the breadwinner or the head of it, which I don't believe a woman should be the head. I think the man should be the head. I think the woman should follow. And me not seeing that, how can I actually like know how it goes if I never saw a healthy relationship.
I'm gonna say this too. A lot of men prey on women. I could tell if a woman, I could tell by a woman walk. I could tell by the things that she say. If she had a father, like you telling me don't judge you by your baby daddy, would tell me off top you don't have no daddy.
Yeah.
Right.
Because as men, we would tell you if you had a father that all your actions have to be taken into account for.
Right.
Well, women say, well, don't judge me because I'm a different person. To where men say, well, you know, judge me by that because I understand as a man, everything has to be taken into account because you don't change it so hard. And the reason I say this, I always say this, look at how many people we see say, hey, I'm gonna lose weight this year. I'm gonna go on a diet this year. My New Year's resolution to do this. We see millions of people put these same resolutions up. January 1st.
Yeah.
February 1st, they back to the same bullshit.
All right. January 2nd.
Right. But I'm just saying, but some people are trying to give it a good 30 days.
Right.
So when we had these conversations, I could say, yeah, don't judge me when I was 18. It's like, well, how? Because like I said, how would you sell me that? Because now you're telling me, well, you got to date me to do this. Well, what practices have you put in place? What did you learn new? What did you like? You have to tell me because me on the outside looking in, I'm like, so it mean I got to date you a good 6 months to really see if you are a suitable partner. We didn't both wait 6 months for me to say, hey, you not it. You feel what I'm saying? And you're not it to the fact that I gotta date you, and I really have to date your children too.
So, do you not think you should do that with anybody, whether they have kids or not? Do you not think that you should?
No, we're just going on the kid aspect because, and the reason I say that you have more, you come to. I'm not saying kids are baggage, but when you come to a
they are
okay. So we agree, but when you come to a relationship, you bring more baggage than somebody that's single.
Right.
So where I can actually get to know a person that doesn't have kids, not single, that doesn't have kids a lot quicker than I get to know you.
True.
And the reason being is because I call you late night and say, hey, let's go do this. And you be like, okay, cool. And we go play a game, have fun late night, be drunk. You got more responsibility. You can't just pick up, hey, I got to find a babysitter. Oh, my baby's sick today. Or, hey, the daddy supposed to come and get him, but I know we had a date. The daddy supposed to come get him, or such and such supposed to get him, but now they're not coming to get them. Like somebody that doesn't have a child, I get to date them and get to know them way faster than the barriers that your children have set on you to be out here in the dating field. So a lot of people don't want to take that into account, but I always think of dating like this. If I'm dating somebody, I still want to have that teenage kind of love, fun, like exhilarating. But if you got too much responsibility, well, hey, baby, I want to be able to wake up on a Friday and getting out of work, like, hey, baby, let's go take a trip down to the 8 for the weekend. I got everything on me. Well, I gotta find somebody to watch my kids. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and that ain't shit on your situation. I just think most people understand it. And I'm a person that's married with children. A lot of stuff people call me and my wife to do. Yeah. Hey, well, we ain't got no babysitter. We ain't got nobody to really watch the kids because you know
that's
something.
The truth.
And that's just coming from a person that's married in a situation
and had kids
with kids. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like I'm just saying this because I don't have the experience. I understand that everything that goes in it. And even when I was dating, like it was hard for me to really date a woman that had kids too. Yeah. And then also I had a situation in my family to where one of my uncles dated a woman with children. She didn't like him, and then she lied and said that he did stuff to her. So I know want to put myself in that situation as well, to be out here to be a predator, because a lot of times people don't say this either. A lot of men do prey on single mothers to get close to their children. It's messed up, but it's true.
It's true.
Men prey on women with low self-esteem. Men prey on women that ain't got no daddies, and men prey on women that got children. So
and the ones that can cook good.
Well, I wouldn't know that. I don't know how I'm gonna know you gonna cook good.
You gonna know how they cook good, how the way they. let me not even be that dirty like that. But like, look. It's just like hey, he was saying earlier how like women know when that nigga can swing it.
I don't know if woman.
Yeah. You see, no. Nah. Earlier, you know how we was talking about how like saying you know how we was talking about how like girls can be able to tell whether or not if. Can you hear me good now?
Yeah.
Okay. Earlier we was talking about how like some women can be able to tell if a man can just got a big D or got small dick energy or big dick energy and everything like that, or if he can swing it. It's the same way, vice versa.
I don't know. I'll let you have that because I don't, like I said, I don't know. I don't think I've looked at a woman like, oh, she can cook good. Because even with the arms, I know they talking about the arms. She ain't got these type of arms. She don't need to cooking Thanksgiving dinner. Like
my cousin used to tell me, if her arms don't do this, she can't be in my kitchen.
Right. So like I said, I don't know, because I've seen women that be big as hell. They just eat out all the time. They don't cook. So it just
That's
depends.
why they big as hell.
Right. But like I said, it is just going back to what you were saying. It just be a hard sell, I think, and you can't come with, hey, just date me. I think if you don't have kids, you could just, you can just wait to see. Because like I'm single, you single, we could just, what's 6 months? You don't have 6 months to do that because you got kids. You can't just throw away 6 months to be bullshit. Huh?
I have all the time.
How old are your kids?
12 and 10.
See, that's why you have all the time. They're a little bit older too. But if they was, I mean, and I'm speaking for my generation, a lot of my generation have very fresh newborns, and they are already single. Because once they do already see that baby, I'm here. It's like that movie. I'm here to pick up my son. Pick the nigga up one time and be back. And say I'll be back 2 more years later to pick him up again. So with that being said, that's why I'm just like, you think about it, it's a lot of women, with kids that are very young and they don't have the time. Yeah. And guys see that, they see like, man, hey, I got a kid, and they see their kid, they be like, man, nah. With a baby that young, she gonna want me to take care of you. She gonna expect me to buy stuff. She gonna expect me to set up a birthday party stuff. And that's literally, like you just said earlier, it's hard to be a single mom, correct? And with our generation, especially, our generation hard-headed. You think there's not too many of my generation that I wish they'll sit down and be quiet and listen to their parents when they're trying to teach them how to survive when they're no longer here. And with that being said, like he was saying, a lot of women do lack not having fathers, and a lot of men can tell men that who are educated and is willing to look for a good woman in his life. He can see that woman hasn't had a father figure. So with that being said, they know that when it comes out to taking care of a child, if they don't have that male supportive dominance right there by their side, they gonna struggle like heck. So that's why whenever they have like a boyfriend and everything like that, they be like, hey, can you do this? And hey, there's a lot of friends that I know. Well, one now, he's definitely like taking a lot of responsibility for somebody else's kid, and the father has money and can do everything, but he's doing it, which I respect, because he said he's taking care of the child like it's his own and everything. But I'm just like, in the beginning, he was doing that in the beginning. He was doing that in the beginning for her before they even started a relationship. And I don't like that, because
That's not you, that's him.
I know. Hear me out, but if it's somebody that you know, it's kind of like women these days. You have a lot of women that are with men that that are no good, but she's willing to sit down to communicate. She's willing to sit down to talk about let's kumbaya. She's willing to, if somebody was talking about her man, she'd be like, yo, don't talk about my man. I need him to be right here to defend for himself, because I'm his left arm and he's my right. It is not fair, and I say it is not fair to take advantage of somebody that it is rarity of pure honesty. I hate it when men do it to women, and I hate when women do it to men. Yeah. So with that being said, yes, it's not my situation. It is his, but that still doesn't change the fact as another man that can see another man that's willing to take the time, because like I said, I was taken by somebody that did not have to take the responsibility of me, but she did. He's taking the responsibility of something that he doesn't have to, but she's just taking advantage of that. It's kind of like saying, don't take my kindness for weakness. Yeah. Don't burn the bridge that people built for you. Don't don't be given. Don't be remember that you was given a wooden spoon before it turned to silver. It's stuff like that. So nah.
Well, any last words? I want to say this was a good conversation.
It was.
Mark said the sex ain't good. I'm out of there.
Yeah. I mean, keep it real.
I think for real, most people would be out of there. But like I said, if you are a woman out there, just be careful, especially with children. I have a really soft spot for children, and I tell people that I'm a child advocate before anything else, because especially with my wife being the educator too, and the stores, the horror stores that she come home with, the amount of children nowadays that are attempting suicide,
Yes.
that is crazy. That
Crazy.
is, I don't understand. Even at her schools, they had one guy, I guess, did commit suicide. They had like 3 attempts after that.
Wow.
Like I
What
think it was
grade
all
does
like
she
in
teach?
2 months.
What grade does she teach?
She's in high school.
Oh.
And so, with that being said, just be careful with going out here dating with these children. Make sure you protecting them because they also show, like statistically, a woman is way more vulnerable out here dating, and the children are more vulnerable too because there is no father in the household, and people can pick up on certain ways that children operate if they have a father as well. So, if the child walks a certain type of way, has a certain mannerism, if you have a son and he seems like he's ambiguous in nature, or he's not confident, he doesn't walk with his head up, or your daughter, she's real loose at a young age, you can kind of tell if a father's in the household teaching these children anything. So I'm gonna put that out there. Make sure y'all be very cautious on who y'all have children with, how y'all have children, the age I have children. Like, all of that is important if y'all financially stable, and even how y'all vet the men that's dating. Because I've seen a lot of men that don't have kids dating women with children too. That's even a crazier phenomenon. But I've been seeing a lot of guys that don't have kids dating women with children. I'm not saying it's bad or good, but like I said, I just don't understand why a man wouldn't want to start his own family. But it is what it is. My view on this is sucker born every day. But but that's my view. Yeah, I want to give y'all closing thoughts, salutations. We'll start with Michelle.
Thank you for having me.
That's it.
We're glad you're here. We're glad you came. It's a blessing to be here. I know it's been a minute, but I would definitely try my best to be to more events like this. But remember of the topic, what I'm saying, try to see if you can find your soulmate. But to do that, take your time, get to know one another, get to really know each other mentally and spiritually. Like we discussed, it's really not too much about the sex, but make sure that we are pleasing each other the best way we can in any way or shape or form. Love you guys. Follow me on TikToks at swag23 air free, Instagram. You already know. Said appreciate you having me here.
Thank you for having me, Said. And hopefully I'll be back later. Even though I didn't really talk much today, but it's okay. I'm just tired.
Tired. She lit.
I'm tired and sleepy. I just need to go to sleep. But thank you for having me, and I hope everybody has a good night.
It's the New Number Podcast, and we gone.